Hello everyone, welcome to Red9SysTech. Myself Karthik Ponnusamy. Today we are going to see another challenge in Java coding that is related to static block. We know static is a reserved keyword in Java, and we are going to see how the static block works in Java with the real-time coding. Let's see a real-time challenge. Guys, we need to understand how to use static keyword by end of this program. So what we're doing here is the problem statement. What they're telling here is we need to give two inputs. One is breadth B, other one is height H, and we need to find the area of the parallelogram. As we know, the formula for area of parallelogram is nothing but area is equal to breadth into height. Okay, so now we need to understand how to use static block to initialize these variables and how to use it. And there are some constraints as well they have defined. If breadth is less than or equal to minus 100 to 100, then we need to throw an error. And if it's the same thing for height, and if both of breadth and height, both of them are positive numbers, only then we need to call area formula and we need to calculate. Let's see how we can do it. So we have a class called solution, we have a main method. Now we need to consider static block, because static is a block, sorry, keyword which can be used in terms of variables, methods, block, and also inner class, right? And whenever I say static, which is very important to understand how to use static keyword and where to use the static keyword. Here I want to use static block to initialize the variables, right? So how can I do that? I can simply say static then block. This is static block. As we know, static block will be called only once whenever we load the class file. So now I want to know how to get the data from the user input, right? So that one I can use a class called scanner. sc is equal to new scanner of, in which I need to give system input, right? So system.in. Okay, now we are able to now we are able to get the input from the user, which is sc, right? Scanner. So now we need to understand how to get the breadth and height, right? So sc dot next integer is nothing but breadth, and sc dot next integer next integer is nothing but height. So which I need to store it in a variable. That variable I can call it as, let's say, breadth is equal to this one and height is equal to this one. So this variable I need to declare it, right? So what I should do, I should declare this variable. So I should declare these variables as integer variables, but it should be static in nature, right? So you guys see here, static int b, then static int h. That's all, right? So now I'm getting error, compile time error. So better I can define this outside here. Yeah. So now we have static int b, static int h, and now we are able to get the data, right? Now we need to know, we need to do some condition check. Only if these values are not negative or 0, only then we need to call a method to do the area calculation. So how to do that? So if you guys see here, if this b value is less than or equal to 0, or h value is less than or equal to 0, which means it is either negative or 0. If that is the case, then we need to throw an exception. So how to throw an exception? Or just to say print java.lang. This one. So I would simply say out, in which I would say breadth and height must be positive. Okay. Also, I need to make sure if the logic goes here, then it should not goes to main logic, right? So what I should do, I want to say static int a, okay, which is nothing but for area calculation. Now also I need to make some boolean toggling, right? So what I can do, static boolean, there is a flag. Okay, so if the logic goes here, if b is less than or equal to 0 or h is less than or equal to 0, then I want to set the flag as true. Okay, by default boolean flag will be false. it goes inside, I'm going to make it as true. In main method, I'm going to say if and only if the flag is equal to false, not equal to true. It's nothing but not equal to flag. Only then I want to make a call to area like that, right? Which is nothing but this out of, we need to print as it is like this, right? So sample output is something like, let's say area, which is nothing but b to h, right? Or we can also like this as well, underscore. You see here, the output get passed, the test cases get passed, which means we are able to use a static block in order to make our variables to initialize the very first time when we load the class, and then we're able to use it. Basically, if you guys see here, b into h, I directly put it here, which means like we don't need this variable a. Okay, we don't want to use unnecessarily the variables which are not used in our program. Always make sure like our code is very clean, so that like you will see how efficiently you can read your code. Okay guys, I hope you guys like this content. If you guys like this, please share with your friends.